Good morning from the Capital Fremo Group. It's October 12th, 10, 11, 12. We're at the Great Scale Models Train Show in Timonium, and this is our layout for October 2023. First up, we have a Y. Tracks come in and go in three different directions. From any leg, you can go one or two locations. This way, we go off to the turnaround loop. That's a good idea. We'll do a quickie panorama of the overall thing. That's the other turnaround loop. That's the P and R bridge off into the distance. Way out yonder, we'll see it in a bit, is the Cheesesteak South Philly Industrial Browns Curve. In the front here, we have an industrial switching district. And there's one of the guys. And then we come back this way, and this is the other long distance running tracks. We basically can run from one return loop to the other and get some really good long trains here, such as this one here. Our return loops double as staging tracks. And these are built by the Mussers, professional cabinet makers. They use their shop equipment, computer-controlled cutters, and this is all done by CAD systems. And this is all glue and slot construction, and it's a beauty to put together. It all fits together very nicely. That's our return loop. We're going to go around the outside now. Oh, by the way, if you notice here, there's a height differential. You can sort of see it here. The other loop is at the end of the bridge, and the bridge has a 3.5-inch grade on it from end to end. So this side is 3 3/4 inches higher than that side. So that's return loop one. The difference is this one has one track coming out of it. The other one has two tracks. This is the beginning of the Y. Here's our handouts. Here's our handouts here. Okay, this is the first scenic one. This is riprap, and this is for a lumber yard. It unloads center beam lumber cars. That's also a Musser project. This is Rotorex. No, this is Monocacy Creek, followed by Rotorex, and these are both Dave Collison's. Dave is our DCC guru and track planner. We tell him what we're getting, and he figures out how to fit it all in the allocated space. This one's new. This Tim Bowser built us a duck under, so we can get from one side to the other. And this is actually built to the Speedmo standard with removable pins, so it can be Fremo as well. So I don't want to get into the engineering of it, but Speedmo is slightly different format than the Fremo standard Fremo. This also is Tim's. This is called Drill. It's part of the Brown's Yard complex. We're using it as a double track main, but you could use it as a single track, and then this track would be usable as for like switching the yard, because then you can go from here and pull cars in and out of there. This is Brown's Yard. Here's the engine house. My engine got tucked away in here. Here comes another train, another long one. This is the orange juice train from Florida up to New York. And then the light brown was Tim Bowser's Brown Yard. This dark brown is Brian Bittinger's, and he's a work in progress. And we're just calling it Bittinger for now. This two-track section is called Panic, because it got built in the Panic because we thought we needed it. Turned out we didn't, but it's a handy 2x4-ish double track, so we use it to extend double track sections. And then we come down from 2 tracks down to 1 track on 2-to-1. This one's mine. This is Larry's farm. There's Larry on his Case tractor, and Larry Case is one of our original members. He passed away a few years ago, so we put Larry Case on the module. That's that. This one is Locust Road. I believe this is Tim's childhood home, I believe. Here comes another one. Reporting marks for East Penn Railroad, or ESPN, by the way. Then this is the other one of mine, Mathis Creek. We've got the black and white cows. We got the brown and white cows. We got the creek. Two horses that fall over because they're top heavy and they tumble over. A bunch of sheep, and somebody placed a submarine out there, so it's a submarine making passage as well. When people start pranking you, you know you're one of the guys. This is Smith's Crossing, Smith's Siding, which can be either used as, we're using it as a passing siding, but you can use it individually as sections, and this one track becomes the main, the other one becomes a destination for freight cars. This is Orphan, which is a small curve. This is a big curve. This is the big curve, Tim's big brown curve. And we see, we just walk this around some more. Okay. This is Farm Crossing from Brian Pedro Mattel. This has got like a dirt road, so it's the farm crossing. I've got 2 of my grain trucks up here. They're hauling grain from the fields out to where the elevator or wherever it is they go. This is Trap Rock. It's a single track to double track splitter. I think the single track actually goes up about ½ an inch. Then we get to this. This is Yaron's P&R bridge over the Susquehanna River in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's no selected compression. This is a 1:87 scale representation of the actual bridge, which is something like 3,200 feet long in real life. So this works out to 56 feet long when you lump in the approach spans. And we're heading for the east side of Harrisburg to the west side of Harrisburg. And then from there it goes on down to Hagerstown, Maryland, and then points south out of Hagerstown in real life. These tracks are the what was the Pennsylvania Railroad. Well, they're still using the tracks, but these are both now both Norfolk Southern. The one on top of the bridge was Reading Railroad. The one beneath was Pennsylvania Railroad, and the below tracks ran from Harrisburg, Enola Yard, I think it was, down to Havre de Grace on the Potomac River to pick up the Northeast Corridor and deliver freight to Baltimore and Washington. Okay, so we're going to go around this, and we're going to go on the inside now. Yeah, that basically, what we've seen so far is our perimeter of our space. So coming back to the Y, there's the orange juice train in the distance. We now have an industrial district. This is Glade Road, also by Brian Pedro Mattel. Small joke here. In the one direction, you have a truckload of pigs, and in the other direction, you have a truckload of bacon. So you can fill in the blanks there. This one is Edgewood Road, Roger is doing scenery on it, getting scenery going. It used to just be. Well, here you go. Here's the before side, and you just saw the after side. This one is new. This is new to us. This is Dave Martinelli. This is called Peekaboo. He came down from Pittsburgh, and it's called Peekaboo because you can see what's underneath. And you can. I was going to try to see if I could flip a switch. You can see the motors work, but I don't think so. Okay, this one is entirely different. This is the Speedmo format. Basically, there are alignment pins that come out, and there's a jig that you use to construct it. Like where my finger is, where's my finger? There it is. Yeah, there's like alignment pins that come out, and there's a jig that holds the track, strictly defines where the bridge goes, the tracks go. And then you can just but that means that you can just snap them together like Legos. And they have butt joints. It's much faster construction. They're on wheels, so you can push them around. And this is a representation of the freight house complex. Where is it? Is it
Canton, Ohio?
Canton, Ohio. Yeah. What was the Nickel Plate Railroad? And a freight house was, there's the tracks there, was a place where railroads would bring in boxcars full of stuff. They unload the one, sort out what goes where, and then load them on different boxcars. And it was sort of the UPS of its day. This is how they would divide up the freight to go from one spot to another. This is a new construction that Fremont construction that Joe Ballant made from Sippin' and Switching Society. And this is actually is a commission. It was being built for somebody, and we were testing it out for the weekend. Old number one here, I'm told, is the original Speedmo module. So we're using it just to extend our run, and we have you could deliver freight cars there. And this is Tombstone, the end of the line. And then we come over to here. Here's Tombstone number 2. This is the other Dave Martinelli module. This is Altoona Excursion. And there we go. And what it is it's, well, you got a Dairy Queen. It's a excursion rides. People go there and it's a tourist train. And so they, you load up the train and off they'd go. And in the back, you got the main line. This actually is a smaller than standard radius curve to fit Dave's basement, I suspect. But for a branch line like this, it's perfectly acceptable. This now becomes Cheesesteak. This is the South Philadelphia under the Walt Whitman Bridge along the Delaware. Industrial complex. So you've got like a warehouse for Georgia Pacific, another warehouse in the back that takes in coil steel. Packer Avenue, I don't know, but a bridge, a street with flashing lights in Philadelphia. This is a transload for oil tank cars filling up tanker trucks. And these look like possibly they're for cement powder. There's a cold storage warehouse. There's actually been some improvements in this since last time I saw it. Your frozen vegetables and meat stuff come into a frozen foods warehouse, get unloaded from the refrigerator truck, the train car, and then put into a refrigerator truck for delivery to the grocery store. This is one of the approach spans to the Walt Whitman Bridge from New Jersey to Philadelphia. This is a freight train full of construction debris. This is construction debris being loaded into great big hopper cars and hauled off somewhere to be dumped out in, I don't know. someplace not so urban where they'll use up an old strip mine and they fill it up with trash. And one more time, I have to walk around this to see the last thing. Here's behind stage. Coffee donuts, benches, tables. This is a corn ethanol plant in South Philadelphia. They haul in the coal from somewhere, and wherever they grow corn at, and they convert it into ethanol, which goes to the gas hall, burns in your car. So that's pretty much our layout. Over to here, this is part of the Separate Inspection Society. This is basically the Virginia guys. The North Carolina guys have much more. They could fill this entire space. They do in Raleigh, North Carolina. Here's some N-scale stuff. And here's somebody's auto train waiting to go across. And over to there, that's the Mars Group Meade Area Railroaders. They're from Mars. They come in pieces, and you can sort of see the overall show as I pan around here. But that's coming up on 17 minutes of me gassing on, so I think that's enough. And so that is the October train show. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.